All right. Shalom. Let's check this feed real quick. All right, we live.
Due to social media, they've gained a lot of attention. They've been around for a while, but social media really put them on a platform. Some of you may know them as Hebrew Israelites. What the Hebrew Israelites have preached isn't something new, but it was new to social media. And so a lot of people that had never heard the message or had never focused on the message began to pay attention, more attention, closer attention. One thing that I am wholeheartedly in agreement with, we're going to focus on that today. For some of you, maybe you've heard it before. For some, it may be eye-opening. But I believe, due to my study, I've come across some information that I believe is irrefutable, if not near irrefutable. And that is that the slaves, transatlantic slavery, those slaves are Israelites. And that if you're descendants of slaves, you're descendants of Israelites, descendants of Hebrews. Now, at one point, I was aware of this. As I began to move forward and study, I did come to the conclusion that maybe somewhere, wasn't quite sure about all, but now I hold a position that all were. In this video,
All right, shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And I just wanted to do a quick land back from the elder Manata Zaba's lesson here, the response video that he did to Pastor Fred Price Jr. agrees with Hebrew Israelites, right? So powerful lesson that the elder did. And this shows you, just like the apostles and elders say, the internet, this is how the internet did all the heavy lifting right here. As he said, through social media is pretty much how he said how we've gained that platform or whatnot. He was acknowledging pretty much the presence of this truth via social media. And that's why the apostles always made the statement. That's why I was like, in this lesson, this quick lesson, I just wanted to speak about like how this is a prime example of how the internet did all the heavy lifting, man. All right. This is the reason why Yahweh Shemel Shai even had the internet created, man. All right. This mechanism was brought forth for the expansion of the word of the Lord, the prophecies, man. All right. Here it is. Apostles and elders didn't have to physically travel the world like these other guys. The internet, was used to make this happen. Real quick. All right, this is I just want to make a couple quick points. All right, but this is Sirach 24 and verse. We'll start at verse 30. Sirach 24 verse 30 says, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit into a garden. And this word conduit goes back to basically a channel, something that channels water, the water flow, which is like I always say all the time, is spiritual. Brothers have, different channels to channel the water, the true living water. Okay, the knowledge, So it says, I also came out as a brook from a river and as a conduit into a garden. I said, I will water my best garden and will water abundantly my garden bed, and lo, my brook became a river and my river became a sea. And this is giving you an example of the expansion of this knowledge, man, on how this knowledge has most definitely reached the four corners of the world, man. And this all happened basically via the internet, man. It says, my brook became a river and my river became a sea. All right. Because right now, through the unicorn, you know, the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah are flooding the World Wide Web. You know, this truth is overwhelming, man. So right now we live in a time where the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are being acknowledged. Okay. It says, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off. You see that? So the light, going back to the knowledge in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is being magnified by the prophets. Okay. It says, I will send forth her light afar off. You see that? So this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is being sent afar off, and it's being done through the internet, man. Okay. This is why the apostles and elders said the internet did all the heavy lifting. It's beautiful, man. It will send forth her light afar off. I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, right? And leave it to all ages forever. So now, as we are in the last age, so to speak, the last generation, you know, we have the truth now, you know, and those that are part of the hopeful elect are receiving the word, man. You know, Jake is waking up. All right. The words of the Lord are being acknowledged all around the world, man. You know, and this is the spirit. It says, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. Right. So we not only do we labor for ourselves, but we labor for all them that seek wisdom, going back to the elect. Right. I want to make one more point. Okay. This is 2 Ezra 6:20. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away, right? Because we are at the end of the world. All right. We are at the end of Esau's world, the end of his dominion, his rulership. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then I will show these tokens. The tokens go back to the signs. All right. It says the books shall be open before the firmament. All right. Going back to what? The satellites that distribute the word, man. The World Wide Web, the internet. Okay. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is being opened before the firmament, man. This is why the internet was created. All right. The book shall be open before the firmament, and they shall see all together, going back to the elect, those who were meant to get this word, man. So this was the purpose of the unicorn, man. All right. So this word could be pushed. You see that? So like I said, I was thinking about that, man. And, just reflecting again, how social media, he says social media gave us a platform, they're all over the internet. You can't miss them, so on and so forth, man. All right. But really, this is all prophecy, It's Isaiah 29. Excuse me. Isaiah 29. Salakia. Bear with me 1 second. Make sure everything's connected here. All right. So Isaiah 29 in verse 22, and it reads, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, who redeemed Abraham concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not be ashamed, neither shall his face wax pale. So what this means is that, pretty much we're going to come out of this lower state, this low condition that we've been placed in, not having any help. All right. Because we're in a time of what? Of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai redeeming his people. You see that? The Lord is getting ready to turn back our captivity, if you will, like the scriptures say, verse 23, it says, but when he seeth his children, the work of my hands in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the power of Israel. So what's going on right now through the spirit? All right. You got Jake that's coming out of these churches. They're coming out of the lies, they're coming out of the strongholds, and they're cleaving onto the truth, man. All right. Understanding is going forth, as it told us in 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter. All right. The truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. All right. And once again, the Lord used the internet to do that. All right. Verse 24, my point, it says, they also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding. You see that? So you still may have, members of the elect that's still in these churches, but eventually, if it's through the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, they're going to come out. All right, they're going to come out of these Christian churches. They're going to come out of these false doctrines, Islam. All right, this black consciousness madness. They're going to come out of the ways of error. You see, they also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and that's basically what happened to Pastor Fred Price Jr. Right, this is why he agrees with the Hebrew Israelites. He did his research, man. All right, he went into the transatlantic slave trade. He did his research, and what did he say? He said first he didn't think it was all of us. Matter of fact, let's just play it again, right?
Due to social media, they've gained a lot of attention. They've been around for a while, but social media really put them on a platform. Some of you may know them as Hebrew Israelites. What the Hebrew Israelites have preached isn't something new, but it was new to social media. And so a lot of people that had never heard the message or had never focused on the message began to pay attention, more attention, closer attention. One thing that I am wholeheartedly in agreement with, and we're going to focus on that today. For some of you, maybe you've heard it before. For some, it may be eye-opening. But I believe, due to my study, I've come across some information that I believe is irrefutable, if not near irrefutable. And that is that the slaves, transatlantic slavery, those slaves are Israelites. And that if you're descendants of slaves, you're descendants of Israelites, descendants of Hebrews. Now, at one point, I was aware of this. As I began to move forward and study, I did come to the conclusion that maybe some were. Wasn't quite sure about all. But now I hold a position that all were.
Yeah, see? So that's heavy, man. So he came to the conclusion. He said maybe it was some, but then he eventually came to the conclusion that it was all of us. All right. And he came across irrefutable evidence, man. So going back to the prophecy here, right? That's the spirit. You see? This is what happened to him, and this is what's going to happen to many others. All right. All it takes is a Google search, some studying, but ultimately the spirit of the Lord has to really be dealing with you in the first place, man. But the point, going back, it says Isaiah 29, verse 24, it says, they also that erred in spirit shall come to understand it. That's what happened to this guy. It says, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine, right? So this is why he's in agreement with the Israelites, man. They that murmured. All right, let's look that word murmured up real quick. All right. It says murmur, whisperer, backbiter, right? To grumble, i.e. rebel, murmur, right? So you might even have particular scoffers, man, mockers that don't believe, but if they're part of the elect, the Lord is going to open their mind and give them the understanding so that they may be compelled to come in. You see that? So this is all solely, once again, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Psalms 40 and verse 1, and it reads, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, and that horrible pit is tied to Babylon, America, man. All right. This is the pit. All right, the trap house, if you will, man. It says, out of the miry clay and set my feet upon a rock, all right, and establish my goings. The point. Verse 3, it says, and he hath put a new song in my mouth, which goes back to this knowledge, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this truth. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our power. Many shall see it. See that? Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. So that's what's going on right now as this awakening continues to take place. Many are seeing the prophets. They're hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Many shall see it in fear and shall trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. So that's prophecy, man. Okay? People are going back to Hebrews, the 12th chapter, about we do this thing in the midst of the cloud of many witnesses, man. All right. We're being watched all over the planet Earth every day, man. All right. Brothers and sisters worldwide are learning, man, through the Spirit. Many shall see it in fear and shall trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, blessed is the man that maketh the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his trust, in respect of not the proud, nor such as turn aside to lies. So Jake is coming out of the madness, if you will, man. Jake is coming out of the lies. Those strongholds are being broken, pursuing to 2 Corinthians 10. All right. Jake is gaining the understanding, as prophecy said would happen, Isaiah 10 and 20. Okay. A remnant will return. All right. Isaiah 10 and 20 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote him. So right now, once again, Jake, the remnant, all right, the elect are no longer trusting in the lies of Esau, man. The understanding is going forth. Jake is doing the research, like he was saying, the studying, all right, putting two and two together. All right, all of those different things. It says, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, man. All right, pursuing to John, the 4th chapter. Now we're in a time where the true worshipers of Yahweh Shem Yahushai will worship the Father in spirit and truth, man. You see? Verse 21, and it says, the remnant shall return. It's all about the remnant, the elect of Israel. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. You see that? So this thing, man, hey, this truth, it can't be stopped. This is why, brothers is going in on Vocab Malone. You can do nothing against the truth before the truth, man. This nigga is traveling all over the earth trying to combat the truth, man, trying to quench the spirit. It's not gonna happen, man. This is the Lord's show. This is the Lord's movie, man. And whoever's meant to receive the word to get this thing, it was meant for them to receive it. There's no stopping this thing, man. Okay, the scriptures told us in Acts the 5th chapter, if this be of men, if this work be of men, it will come to naught. Right? So all these guys are doing, the opposition that we have to this knowledge, to this truth, to this gospel, all you doing is fighting against the Most High, man. Here's another one real quick. Isaiah. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick land back, just giving an example. This video right here alone is just a prime example of how the internet did all the heavy lifting, like the apostles say. Right here. It's Isaiah 35 and verse. We're going to start at verse. Excuse me. We'll start at verse 3. Isaiah 35 and verse 3. It says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Right? Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance, even power with a recompense. He will come and save you. Verse 5, it says, then the eyes of the blind shall be open. See that? Then the eyes of the blind shall be open, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. You see that? So this is all being done in the spirit, man, for those that were meant to receive the word, man. All right. Those who were once blinded are now, their eyes are being opened to the truth. Now they see it. As we read it earlier in Psalms 40, many shall see it in fear and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Then the eyes of the blind shall be open, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. See? So basically, Give me. All right. Bear with me 1 second. Let me pull this back up. All right, Salakia, I got cut off. All right, bear with me. So where was I at, man? Salakia. Let's go back to where we were at, Isaiah 35, Salakia. All right, so yeah, let's go back to Isaiah 35 and 6, right? Yeah. It's Isaiah 35 and 6. It says, "Then shall the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing, for in the wilderness shall waters break out and streams in the desert." So like the point I was making, as we read in Sirach, the 24th chapter, he said that my brook became a river, and then my river became a sea. All right. And that's the overflow of this water, of the true living water, this knowledge, that's being poured out via social media, man. All right. As he was going into, it says, verse 7, it says, "And the parched ground should become a pool, and in the thirsty land springs of water." You see that? It says, "In the habitation of dragons where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes," right? Because, you have, by the way of this water that's being poured out, this knowledge, you have, the elect, springing forth, if you will, right? It says, verse 8, it says, "And a highway shall be there," right? The highway, speaking about it could be tied to the internet as well, because you have, like the Lord said in Matthew 22. Let me get that real quick. He told us to go out there on the highways and hedges, right? Matthew 22 and verse 8, right? So it's Matthew 22, verse 8. It says, "Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." So this is why, as we were commanded by Yahweh Shem Yahushai to go out on the highways and hedges to push the word. And he said, "As many as you find, bid to the marriage." All right. Salvation. All right. The marriage ceremony, the wedding feast, if you will. Right. Verse 10, "So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both good and bad. And the wedding was furnished with gifts." So that's what we were supposed to do. Right. But also that highway can be tied to what? The World Wide Web. It's also called, if I'm not mistaken, it's also called the information highway. Right. This unicorn, you see, going back, it says, let's go back to Isaiah 35. So once again, Isaiah 35, verse 8, it says, "And a highway should be there, and a way," right? "And it should be called the way of holiness." This is the way. Walk ye in it, right? "And it should be called the way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those, the wayfaring men." All right. That word wayfaring goes back to upright. It says, "The wayfaring men, though fools, shall not err therein." You see that? Let me get that NLT real quick. Excuse me. All right, same verse, NLT. It says, Isaiah 35 and verse 8. It says, "And a great road will go through that once deserted land, and it will be named the highway of holiness. Evil-minded people will never travel on it. It will only be for those who walk in God's ways. Fools will never walk there." Right. So this path that's been opened up is only for the elect. It's only meant for those that were meant to receive it, man. You see? So going back, it says, "No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there." See, this path has only been opened up to the redeemed, the elect, those that were sanctioned to get this thing. You see, it says, "In the ransom of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away, man. See? Isaiah 62 and bear with me. Isaiah 62 and we'll start at verse 10 here. Right? Isaiah 62 verse 10, it says, go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. And this is what the prophets are doing by declaring this truth. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai her proclaimed unto the end of the world. And how did that happen? Through the internet. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai her proclaimed unto the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, and thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken. And this is all being done now through the Spirit, man. All right. Right now, the Lord talked about that praise and fame, even though we know, let me get that real quick, even though this is applying to the kingdom. But right now, you have what's going on through the Spirit, the acknowledgement of this word and who we are. All right. Because what does it say in Romans, the 9th chapter? We were considered not a people. All right. But in the land where we were considered not a people, now is being acknowledged that we are the people of the Lord. And that's beautiful. All right. Zephaniah 3:19, it says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land that they have been put to shame. Right. So that's happening on a level right now, man. You see that? The acknowledgement of this truth, this word, it can't be ignored no more. The talks of who are the Hebrew Israelites, who are the real Jews, the prophecies, all right, so on and so forth. It says, and at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, save the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, man. So this word has to be acknowledged, man. All right, it's happening. One more. Like I said, I was just thinking out loud, prime example of the internet doing all the heavy lifting. All right, Romans 10 and 15, and it reads, matter of fact, we'll start up. Romans 10 and 14, it says, how then should they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how should they hear without a preacher? Right? And how should they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things, going back to the prophets. And I believe this is quoting the book of Isaiah, chapter 52. This is what Paul was quoting here. Romans 10 and 16, but they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report? Right. Who's listening? It says, so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. And that's what happened to Pastor Fred Price Jr. You see? It says the point here, it says, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. All right. So how did that happen? Once again, through the internet, man. All right. YouTube and various social media platforms, like he was speaking about, man. This is how the name of the Lord, this is how the prophecies have been magnified through the World Wide Web, through the internet, the unicorn, man. All the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, So that's pretty much the point, man. I just wanted to, just add my 2 cents in on that, man. Fire lesson by the elder Manat Zaba, going into this his lesson here. Pastor Fred Price Jr. agrees with the Hebrew Israelites, man. So that's just the example of how the internet did all the heavy lifting. So I pray that you were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and Shalom to the next one. Shalom.